What's up, Wikimaniacs? It's your boy Sean here with another Monday Reddit reading. Today's preview is Reddit on wikimerch.com. Reddit on wikimerch.com. Reddit on wikimerch.com. Reddit on Wiki starts now.
Get therapy.
I'm not reading.
Get therapy.
Hello. Did that work? Are you also now on Reddit on wikishop.com?
I love that you're promoting a decorum merch that is not even up on the website
Yeah,
anymore.
true.
Wearing it to showcase if you snooze, you fucking lose. Is that too soon? Is that too soon in the fucking
Way
show?
too soon.
It's 30 seconds in, brother.
Yeah, you snooze, you lose, Wikimaniacs. That's why I'm telling you to go to the shop right now. It's the 16th of September, 15th if you're rich. And we're halfway through the month. And if you don't buy now, you may never be able to buy this merch again. Pet merch.
Whoa.
Merch that you guys asked for, and we got our graphic designer Janelle to make. So get on it. Well, I mean, what else? Shirts, sweaters, hoodies, cropped hoodies, tote bags. If you want something else, Venmo me and I'll throw it on another piece of.
I'm about to rock that cropped hoodie, baby boy.
Hell yeah. It's crop summer, fall,
Let's go.
crop autumn, whatever the
autumn?
season.
It's still summer when this comes out, I think.
September
Barely.
16th is summer? I
Yeah.
honestly have no clue.
I think September 20th or 21st. I think that's when
And
it changes
it's crop top summer. Buy the hoodie. What are you doing? But yeah, before we get started, we have a little bit of a theme. Not really. It just, when I picked the stories, I was like, oh, sort of just happened that way. But I will say it's
okay,
not.
so it wasn't on purpose.
No,
Jesus.
it was. It
You
was
could have
not.
took credit, and
Yeah,
you
you
just
could've-
said I did a theme.
We would have believed you.
Wikimaniacs,
Yes.
you know I don't lie. And this is a perfect time to show you. It's kind of like a r/relationship ground score advice sandwiched with true off my chest. And all four stories are terrible husbands,
Whoa.
which I mean
that's every week.
sort of happens every week.
Yeah,
but,
that's the theme
what it's
every
like.
week.
It's a light theme. It's a light theme. But yeah, before we hop in, boys, anything you guys want to say besides Reddit on wikishop.com?
I gotta say, Reddit on wikishop.com.
Reddit on wikishop.com.
I gotta say,
Reddit on wikishop.com.
patreon.com/cultivate podcast network.
Oh, the white man always has to be different.
There is a store there as well.
There is less full.
Less full. But a store nonetheless.
Yes, there is.
All right. Are we ready, boys? Wikimaniacs, I'm
Let's
sorry.
do it.
Especially for the people that pay. This was nothing but an ad. And I
True.
hate to say it, but it's staying in.
Our boy's getting married. He needs to repay that shit, all right?
Yeah, this week when this comes out. Crazy.
Wow.
Thank you.
God,
Can
That
you
was-
imagine?
it was so soon.
Yeah.
Not that I'm not excited. There's so much more to plan. I'm like, fuck.
Wikimaniacs, the first story has a trigger warning for sexual assault. So if that is something that you don't want to listen to, the show times are in the notes down below. And
So close.
Nope. Show notes, clips,
Timestamp.
Timestamps are in the show notes.
Show stamps are in the clip notes.
It's showtime.
Exactly right. So notes, show, clip, times. Yes.
Nailed
You.
it.
Golly, nailed it.
All right. This one is coming from r/relationship ground score advice, coming from a goat riding giraffe.
Ooh.
Indeed. All right. This is husband doesn't consider anyone but himself, and I'm starting to hate him.
I mean, good reason to hate
Yeah.
him.
That is a very good reason. Some people do be selfish.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is the last story I picked, and I didn't read it at all. All right.
So it's going first.
Yeah. I, 28, female, have started not being able to stand my husband, male 28, for the last few months. I feel like he doesn't think about anything but himself in situations and gets upset when you bring it up, and it's really starting to bother me. We've been together 8 years, married for 6, and have no children. For example, our water hose recently burst a leak and our basement lightly flooded.
Oof.
It was not the entire basement, but was mainly concentrated to the area where the hose was outside. When we got home and saw this, I started grabbing towels and soaking up what I could, and then grabbing a mop and wringing it out into a bucket to get what I could.
Just for you guys, because I know you don't know what basements are. It's like underground parts of the house.
Oh,
I've had a basement in the past.
I'm just fucking with you.
an attic, but underground.
Yeah, exactly.
What the
It's
fuck is going
darker.
on? Darker. Wow.
Cooler. Yeah, it's nice.
Wow.
Has a fake brick wall sometimes.
It does. It does. Fake a lot of walls.
Instead of helping me, he just stood there and watched me as if he was supervising me.
What?
After some time, I asked him if he was just going to stand there, and he yelled, "Well, what the fuck do you expect me to do?" And continued to be hostile towards me. I ended up going to rent a shop vacuum. That was a weird
Rent a shop vacuum.
rent a shop vacuum. I went to rent a shop vacuum and a giant
No, I
fan.
it's actually a rental place. It's called Renta.
Oh, rent a shop. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm never wrong, Wikimaniacs. I ended up going to rent a shop vacuum and a giant fan while he just sat on the couch Googling things while I was gone. My mom stopped by to help me and bring a sump pump in case I needed it. And he was so angry and rude when she showed up that she just ended up leaving.
What the fuck?
He told me he was going to call my mom and apologize, but he never did. This really showed me how he would react in an emergency situation, and it left a bad taste in my mouth.
How is this the first time in 8 years you've seen him in an emergency situation?
You almost have to
Y'all
yell
must
at
be
me.
some careful people.
Yeah.
They plan to a T.
I just can't imagine. Like I cut my finger the other day. That was kind of an emergency. It was pretty serious, and like that's not even the first time. So-
Married 6 years, together for 8, and no emergencies.
kudos.
Kudos.
Yeah.
Kudos.
But maybe this is just the first time she's noticed it.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Fast forward to now, we are on vacation roughly 3 weeks after the flooding, which has been planned for some time and I thought would alleviate some of the stress in our lives. I don't know what I was thinking because it's genuinely done the opposite. We are in another country, and the moment we touched down, he kept saying how he is going to fuck me and asking multiple times if we could have sex. I told him I've just traveled for so many hours and have been awake for like 24 and I'm jet lagged, but if he could stop asking and just let us enjoy ourselves, maybe I'll feel up to it. He probably asked me 5 more times after that, and I told him that begging like a teenage boy doesn't make me want to at all, and he agreed to stop.
That's pathetic.
Yes.
Yeah. Especially after the
read a
the
room.
outrage he had.
Yeah, read the room, buddy. Like read the situation too. Who the hell wants to do that after like 30 hours of flying? I'd be wanting to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And that's John.
That's John.
And that's me.
That's John 5 times a day, John, that you're talking to right now.
The 5-time.
5-time, 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 5-time world champion.
1 pump, 5-time. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus Christ. Efficiency.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time, baby.
That's not good.
We go out on the town and he is racing ahead of me at every turn, and it genuinely looks like we're not even together, while couples around us are holding hands and taking in the views. I told him that it makes me feel embarrassed that he keeps racing around ahead of me and he keeps saying, "Sorry, I just want to get there," or "Sorry, I'm hungry," or "Sorry, you're just walking too slow."
This is on any vacation.
She'd be tweaking everywhere.
She's like gunning for the next restaurant, and I'm just like sweating behind her, like, God damn, slow down a little bit. She's like, you're too slow.
Former semi-pro soccer player.
Way out of shape.
And kind of just being annoyed that I would be upset by him speeding past me. Then we go for a hike, and it opened up to genuinely the most beautiful scenery I had ever seen in my life. And he looks at me and goes, "You know, this would be a great place for a blowjob."
Oh,
Jesus, come on, guy.
What a
This is like-
romantic.
this is like those TikToks where it's like a guy who can't have fun, and it's just like a nice area, just like imagine a Walmart here.
It's like, oh no, he slipped on the cliff.
This was my final straw, and I just broke down and started crying. I was sexually assaulted as a child, so being constantly battered with sexual remarks makes me feel like I have no control over my own body and own sexuality, and it brings me right back to that place. I told him this and have told him this countless times, and he told me, "Oh, I'm just joking," or "Oh, I'm sorry, and it won't happen again."
You don't joke around about shit like that.
No, especially when they've confided in you about that.
Mm-hmm. We go back and forth a bit more, and I don't want my vacation ruined as I've always dreamed of coming to this country. So I'd move on and try to enjoy my trip. Things are going okay with the rest of the trip. He did leave me alone sexually for a while, but the last 2 days he kept going back at it, being like, quote, "Just lay on your back and relax," throwing up emoji.
Oh.
Or every time I would walk by, he would say he is addicted to my body while grabbing his penis, saying things like, "Oh, baby, I want you so bad," and all of this stuff.
Does he think that's good?
I don't, yeah.
Like, what?
I
has that
don't think
ever-
anybody is wanting that, or if that's
No.
going to get the mood started for.
Or if
Especially-
that's like
It might work. It might work to some people,
Yeah.
but this person, especially the way
Not OP.
she confided with him.
yeah.
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 This guy sucks.
And she's just begging this guy to stop, and he won't.
Mhm.
It is nice that someone feels that way about me, but it is so overwhelming when it is nonstop. It genuinely makes me want to smash a glass vase over my head that hopefully gouges my eyes and ears out so I don't have to see or hear him anymore.
I mean, you could also do it
To him,
to him instead of yourself.
to him. I
Yeah.
think we would all enjoy that.
Yes.
I don't typically wish violence on people, but in this
Historically,
situation,
Never,
historically
actually.
not correct. Actually,
I've never seen or heard John
I've never
wish
said
violence.
anything like that, Josh.
Cut to a
Don't
30
pull
clip
footage,
view.
people. I never said that ever.
It's Always Sunny theme music. John wishes violence upon people.
I would never wish fruition on anyone, all right?
I was just so thankful that I finally got my period so that he would just leave me alone. However, he just went on about how engorged my boobs are instead. When I tell him it makes me feel like a piece of meat, he instead gets upset at me and says, "Oh, stop. Obviously, I don't feel like you're a piece of meat." Okay, sure. Now we are at the airport and we go to get food before the flight and orders his food. When the lady asks if there's anything else and I start speaking, he speaks over me and says, "No, nothing else."
Oh,
He pays and then looks at me and goes, "Oh shit, I forgot you had to get food too." And I was like, yeah, that was kind of fucking rude. And he genuinely gets upset and goes, "Oh, calm down. You could still just order and pay." But it's not about that. It's about the
Yeah.
literal lack of thinking about me and my feelings in any situation and only thinking of just himself. Like he genuinely isn't capable of seeing past himself unless someone points it out. While we are sitting and eating, I tried showing him something I like that I saw on my phone, and he just quick glances at it and goes back to what he is doing and dismisses me. Then, when he sees I'm upset, he starts to apologize and saying he didn't mean it and he's sorry about ordering and paying for food and that he didn't even realize and it won't happen again. Like I haven't heard all of that before. Has anyone ever dealt with this? I know a lot of people probably think, why are you still with him? And there are genuinely a lot of fun and sweet moments we've had together, but the years of constant sexualization and lack of consideration for me are starting to take a toll on me. I'm curious if anyone else has been in a relationship like this and if there was any recourse for you besides divorce. We just bought a house together and I'm in school, working full time. So thinking about separating makes me want to puke with the stress. But honestly, so does the stress of being in a situation like this. Writing it all out, the answer seems obvious, but I still would like to hear if anyone else has been with someone similar.
Uh, yeah. I mean, it seems like OP has come to the realization of what she has to do. Yes, it's gonna suck. We call for divorce in a lot of stories we talk about terrible people. It's gonna happen a lot. We say that knowing that it's difficult, but that your life after that will be better than if you stayed with someone who doesn't give a shit about you for 50 plus years. You know what I mean? Like that, like the year or 2 years that it takes you to get through a divorce, find someone else, like however long it takes, those painful years are worth the years after where you found someone that respects you, thinks about you, and genuinely cares about you, rather than the however like lifetime you would spend with this guy. And like the sexual assault stuff is just
That's not cool.
Not
It's
okay.
like unforgivable.
Not okay.
Like,
yeah.
even sharing that, I know, I've never experienced that, or, nobody's ever confided that kind of information to me, but I imagine it takes a lot to be vulnerable and explain and like, you know, go back to a traumatic time in your life and like really
Mhm.
talk to somebody and open up to somebody about it. So to do that with this person, your husband, your, who you're
The person you trust the most in the world.
trust the most in the world. And then
Yep.
he just completely forgets that it happened and is just sexualizing you at every stop, even though you've mentioned multiple times on countless occasions that this kind of brings me back into that spot where I feel like I don't have autonomy of my body.
Yeah.
And then he goes, my bad. And then 2 days later is back at
He
it again.
forgets and
Like,
do it again.
Mhm.
that's not something you forget. If you love that person, that's not something you forget. So
Yeah.
you said it at the end there. Like, the stress of a divorce is terrifying, but also so is the stress of knowing this could be your life forever.
Mhm.
That seems worse.
Yeah, completely agree with what you guys said, and to kind of elaborate more on what Josh is saying, he pretty much said what I wanted to say, anyways, as well. It is gonna be a momentary pain, and it's gonna be a momentary stress, but if you stay with this person for however years you guys end up together, you're doing yourself a disservice because you're being with someone who constantly sexualizes you when that's a place of hurt on your end. And they keep doing that to you over and over again. And they just keep asking for forgiveness whenever, every time they do something stupid, all their default thing to do is ask for forgiveness. And there's so many instances in your relationship where he'll only think about himself. And the one emergency situation you've had, he acted like a total douchebag to you. What if
And
there are
your mom.
strings of, and your mom, what if there are strings of emergencies that are going to happen as you get older? That usually happens, as you progress with your age as well. What happens when you have children, and there's going to be more priorities there. He's always going to think about himself, and you don't want to be with a person that only thinks of himself when a marriage or a partnership is about a combination of two or the whole family's whole well-being. So yes, it is going to suck. Divorce is going to be a terrible situation that you're going to be in. However, within, like what Josh said, it doesn't matter if it takes you a year or two, you're going to have that dead weight off of your shoulders. And you can hopefully, if it's something that you want to do, be with someone who looks after you and cares about your needs, and also, be a partner, not just someone who's like, oh yeah, you're just a piece of meat to me. You don't want to be with anyone like that.
No.
All right, guys. We will take it up a notch to where it's not, kind of a happy story. Batman justice is dealt.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
So here we go.
That means there's usually something bad that happens before the Batman justice,
Yeah.
though.
But justice dealt nonetheless.
Okay. There's some cathartic. It's a cathartic story.
Yeah.
We got cut off.
Not all the way there yet.
Damn.
Someday we'll get to a story like that.
Someday. Choppy the pee-pee.
Jesus.
All right, this next one is coming from r/chew off my chest, cross-posted by, first time for me, Full Grown Hip.
Okay.
And it's titled, I watched my wife beat up a man, and now I'm scared of her.
Okay. I mean, it sounds like this is she was doing it for a good reason based off of the context you gave us before. So I don't know why you'd be.
Is your wife Ronda Rousey that Sean is scared of?
Fun fact, when Ronda Rousey was in the WWE, they had a pay-per-view in Houston. And I was eating out and I saw her husband was there.
Oh.
Giant man. Giant man. I think he's like 6'7" or some shit.
Holy shit.
I was at a front row of Monday Night Raw one time and she high-fived me really hard and my hand starting to hurt. I'm like, I feel like a bitch right now.
Well, don't. She's
very strong.
maybe the greatest women's MMA fighter of all time.
I was like, ow.
Actually, maybe not the greatest of all time, but she's up there.
She's
definitely
up
top
there.
5. All right. Here we go. So I, 29 male, have been married to my wife, 26 female, for 4 years.
No.
Illegal.
Yeah.
Well,
kind of.
yeah, just barely.
I can't do math.
Just barely. 21, 25, just barely.
Yeah, I mean,
that's fine. Really. You're fine. And we've been together for 6.
You have to think about it.
Wait a second.
Yeah, 2023. 2023 is fine. 20 and 23. That's good. You're good.
Okay.
You're good. Right?
Yeah.
We have 2 kids together, a 3-year-old and an 8-month-old. Both are girls. So I was getting our baby down for a nap when I heard the front door slam. Some yelling started. I put our baby down in her crib and ran downstairs. And when I got outside, I saw my wife was screaming and going feral on a man that I had never seen before.
Oh my God.
She was on top of him and just scratching and punching him in the face while our toddler was crying in the yard. I pried her off of him and grabbed our daughter and brought them both inside and then proceeded to call the police. When the cops came, they asked my wife what happened. Apparently, my wife was doing dishes and watching our daughter play in the front yard, and this man came and tried to get our daughter to walk towards the fence.
Oh, hell no.
Ooh.
He then opened our gate, and that is when my wife slammed the front door open and I started to hear the yelling.
Oh.
The thing is, my wife is not a big lady. She's about 5'3", decently petite, maybe 140-ish pounds. And she got that grown man on the ground and was beating the absolute shit out of him.
Hell
Dude, mom's
yes.
strength is a different
Something else.
beast. There's stories of moms being able to lift cars, right? To save their kids or something like that. Yeah, mom's strength is crazy.
Nothing to fuck with.
Nope.
Oh, yeah. I know that there was an adrenaline rush and maternal instincts, but now I'm actually scared my wife can beat my ass.
She probably could.
She probably could.
Edit. Fear isn't the feeling that I should have used. I am more in awe of her strength,
Okay.
her ferocity, and love for our children. I wonder if this edit came after he got his ass.
Yeah, I was going to say.
flamed for being
Fear is definitely not the right answer, not the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in awe of her love for our children and our family. I love my wife so much, and I am so lucky to have her. This is her like putting him in a chokehold.
It's like those fantasy football or those football videos now coming up on TikTok, and it's like a wife holding a knife. I will not be watching football this season.
I will be spending every Sunday with the love of my life. If you want me in your fantasy football league, too bad. I will not do it. I'm so lucky to have her. And also, to be honest, it was kind of hot. It was just incredibly jarring to have to pry my wife off of a man and seeing her hands and nails covered in blood because she clawed his face like a feral cat. It was uncomfortable seeing a grown man laying there crying and begging her to stop.
You know what made me more uncomfortable is a grown man trying to abduct your daughter.
Abduct your
That is
child.
way more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I feel like for me in this situation, if I was OP, I don't think I pry Nancy off of this man.
I help her.
I'd be
I think I just
I'd
join
help.
in. It's fucking
We start wailing. Hell yeah.
If the police come,
like
they
somebody
come.
call for help, but not for me.
Yeah, that guy's not getting up.
No.
And rightfully so.
I actually have a kind of funny story, not related to this story, but okay. So Texas, the way where we are in Texas, the way our house is set up is our garage is kind of in an alleyway, and when we put out our trash, it's usually out in the backyard. So kind of like in that alleyway. I always like to put the trash outside, and I have this weird fear that something is just waiting out there, right? If it's a person, I wouldn't care. But if it's like, I always say there's going to be a monster that's fucking waiting for me there.
Right.
A chupacabra or some shit is waiting for me in a dark ass alley. So I jokingly go and tell Julia, I'm like, hey, can you just stand out like by the garage while I bring the trash outside? And she was like, bet, I got you. So one time she started watching me. And when I saw, like, I was kind of out in the garage already, I just saw her with a knife in her hand, standing, watching. And I looked and I was like, oh shit, I got scared. So I was like, okay, well, I mean, I feel protected, goddamn. And I asked her, I was like, can you fight? She was like, it's not that I can fight, it's that they should be scared of what I'm capable of doing. And I was like, I think I'm in good hands. Or she says how much further I can go than most people. I'm like, you know what? I respect that. I fucking love you.
I respect that. Yeah. She doesn't need to fight. She's got the knife.
Nah,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
not.
anybody seeing just a random stranger in a garage with a knife?
I'm not going near that house.
I was like, oh shit. But I was like, man, this is nice.
Your own bodyguard.
Hell yeah.
That's sick.
I'm not scared no more.
I'm not. But I still ran. When I dropped off the trash, I was like, oh God, go back inside.
It's like when you turn the lights off to your basement and run upstairs.
Yeah, and you run upstairs
Monster
as
can't
fast as
catch your
possible.
feet.
Yeah, that's me. Fucking monsters.
My
they
monster
scare
is
me.
Ringo.
All right, are we ready for our next story, boys?
Let's do it.
All right, this one is coming from, again, r/2 off my chest from mid-score Bandicoot, mid-score 7512.
Okay.
It's titled, He Cheated. He really cheated.
Okay. How do you really cheat?
Really cheat? It's like, I got video evidence. The peen went inside.
Because like cheating is like
Cheating.
sleeping with someone or like emotionally
Emotional,
cheating
yeah.
or there's different levels, but like is really cheating like he slept with 10 different women. Like I like what's the level here?
Did she hire a PI to confirm the peen was in or something? I don't know. One of those.
To be
things.
honest,
chop the peen off.
we needed peen chopping story off, guys.
I'll get AI to write it.
Yeah. Oh God, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since you fooled us. Also this could be read. He cheated. He really cheated. I just
Like they're in disbelief that they actually cheated.
yeah, it could be that.
Okay.
More
Okay.
so
I
than-
got.
I like the way we
It's
were
just
thinking.
more fun saying the other way. It's
Yeah.
more fun saying that. All right. Yesterday, I, 26 female, got a hey girly DM from an old college friend. We'll call her G, 27 female, about my husband that we'll call R, 28 male. As far as I knew, she was living in a different city, but apparently she moved to our city like 8 months ago.
Mm.
She sent me screenshots of their messages and their sex and their selfies of them after they had fucked, which why would you send that?
Why would you take those?
Why would you cheat?
Yeah, also,
I mean, there's so many,
lot
so
of
many questions. We asked them in the wrong order, I think. But
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Or we built up
yeah,
to
the crescendo.
the crescendo. You know what I mean? I've been busy at work and admittedly not spending as much time at home, but he's the love of my life, and I never thought he could do something like this. I confronted R, and he admitted it right away.
Oh,
He said it was supposed to be a one-time thing. Like that's much better.
Yeah.
brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel
Does
so
make a
much better
difference.
now.
Oh, thank
Your intention
you.
was to only fuck her once. I feel so relieved. This is
Well, that changes everything, doesn't it?
forget I saw anything.
He and G met up for dinner when she moved, but things progressed, so they started dating.
Oh.
Yes, dating.
So it's beyond the one time.
Yeah.
She had no idea about me. He doesn't post me on any of his socials because his online presence is dedicated to his personal fitness business. So she just assumed he was a fit, handsome, and single guy.
He would be a fit influencer.
Yeah, fit influencer.
G Fit.
That makes sense.
That's probably his handle.
Don't follow.
Don't
He
follow.
never mentioned me once. It was only when G started mentioning marriage and kids that R got nervous and dodgy and mentioned trouble with his ex-wife if they were able to get married. The ex-wife being me, his current wife of 4 years.
Damn.
She mentioned this because, drum roll please,
She's pregnant.
she's 3 months pregnant.
Knew it.
Thinking that they were exclusive, she hasn't slept with anyone else, meaning this baby is his. My husband's baby. She Googled my name and found out that not only were we together, but we were fucking married.
Yep.
4 years of marriage, 3 additional years of dating.
2
all down
turtle
the
doves
drain.
and no.
Thank you,
And a
brother.
baby.
Thankfully, not OPs. I told R to get the fuck out, and he tried to argue, but he knew he had no chance.
He tried to argue.
Yeah, I got that too.
That's a good one.
Nice.
Good job, Sean.
Nice.
I know you did that on
Love that.
purpose.
Yeah, you meant that.
You know me. He's staying at his friend's house, and after lurking on Reddit for so long, I texted him my entire reason for kicking him out, and he sent an apology reply admitting to everything. So now I have it all in writing.
Nice.
I'm still messaging G. She feels totally awful about the whole situation, and I really do feel for her. We've actually become close in the last day or two, as weird as that sounds, but we're both in the middle of some trauma, and leaning on each other has helped. I'm leaving him, if that wasn't clear. G has also said she wants nothing to do with R except for child support. I texted him to come over to talk, and he said he would, and I then contacted a lawyer this morning, sent her everything that I have. She replied after about 2 hours and said this case would not be a problem. It's basically a slam dunk.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She also mentioned the case to a colleague in family court, but G has not made her mind up about that yet. She's just as overwhelmed about this as I am, and I'm just grateful I don't have kids with this son of a bitch, and that I'm still young and hot, while R is a gross, cheating cheater.
Work it.
Talk your shit, girl.
Anyway,
Buy a
not
crop
really
top.
looking. Yeah, buy a crop sweater at Reddit on
Shop.
wikishop.com. Anyway, not really looking for advice here. I'm aware of my way forward. I just wanted to get this on True off my chest. There is some edits and an update. Y'all want to give your thoughts now, or shall we jump into it?
I say, OP, you need to make a subreddit. Call it r//r.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I don't know if I can say anything that will top that before the editor updates. Go ahead.
Specifically for that story. And then just stop posting. Make it go.
Lock the subreddit.
Yeah.
after
Lock
that.
it.
Edit. I genuinely want to thank all of you for the advice regarding G. I'll be cutting contact after she gets her test results back. Edit 2.
Oh, wait. Time out. They said cut contact with G?
G.
Hold on. I thought they were getting close.
That's what I thought. I wonder what the comments were.
I wonder if there's a legal thing to that, but I can't even imagine why.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't sound like G had any fault in this. I don't know if there was a falling out in between, or I don't know what happened.
Yeah, because if G didn't know, then why would she assume someone is
Yeah.
married without like that without like reason to look into that. And she did her due diligence and let OP know. So I really don't know why
What
you would
happened
need
there?
to cut contact
Yeah.
with G.
Okay. Sorry.
Edit
had to
2.
interrupt.
Yeah.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Edit 2. So you all were right. G is up to something.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
We
okay.
are
The
off.
plot thickens.
We missed something crucial.
This bitch knew.
Tomorrow, once I've had some sleep, I'll update further. But thank you all for your advice. And here is the update. Well, what an update I have for you all.
Oh.
Last night, I got into a huge argument with R over the phone, with him talking about how I'm a bitch for breaking up with him and plenty of other nasty things. Through the night, I was anxious and couldn't sleep. So, as per so much of your advice, I started distancing myself from G. She sensed this and things blew up. She went into a rage and told me, you know what? I did know about you.
You bitch.
Oh, no.
She knew that I got married through mutual friends on Instagram. My profile is private, but friends and family posted about the wedding, so G saw our wedding photos. G texted me this morning after waking up to so many texts. She called me a fake bitch who makes up circumstances and lies about details.
What?
I blocked her after that. And in my post and my text, I was as accurate as possible without divulging too many details. I was also feeling petty from the lack of sleep, so I did tag R in an Instagram story telling everyone that followed me he was a cheater. And a few
Nice.
people responded saying that they unfollowed/blocked him. I deleted it after 3 hours, but I know there were screenshots taken and the damage had been done.
Oh, you know that shit's circulating in the internet. Just how it will
Internet
now.
is forever.
Yep.
I wonder if there was something in the comments. It's not mentioned in the post, but I wonder if there's something in the, because how is everyone up on G except
Gee,
us?
yeah.
Unless we're just
The
dumb.
only thing I can think of is like college friends. So why wouldn't she know that he's married? I guess that could.
Or like,
your
why
flag.
did she Google you in the first place if she didn't know y'all were a
Maybe.
couple?
Yeah.
Like, why did you come up in a, like, why would she search you? But besides that, I mean, there's nothing that I'm like, get away from G.
Yeah.
You know, like-
why would she tell you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Strange. He called early this morning asking to talk, but I said everything was better over text, parentheses, that way I could keep receipts.
Yeah.
And he obliged.
Or you could record it probably, but
Oh, that works too. He basically said he'd accept divorce and he'd give me almost everything I asked for, namely our TV and my car, since he had contributed to some payments. We don't have many flashy things other than our gaming consoles, and neither of us are interested in the others. This obviously wasn't legally binding, but I'd imagine it's good ammo in the divorce.
Mhm.
R came by before work to get a bunch of his things, and we were able to talk face to face. He apologized and asked, and almost begged for my forgiveness. But remembering comments about my dignity, I politely but firmly declined. And he actually took that pretty well and asked me if I had any questions. I asked him, what the fuck happened? According to R, G contacted him before she had even moved. As many suspected, she knew about me from the beginning, but she simply did not care. She didn't outright say she was trying to get pregnant, but apparently gloated to her friends about having unprotected sex with R many times. So that's definitely suspect.
This is coming from R, right?
This is from R's perspective. Yeah.
I'm taking it with a grain of salt, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not, because G kind of revealed herself too.
By freaking out over
Yeah.
text. Yeah.
Yep.
That was weird.
Fair.
Just for wanting to, get space from, of course she doesn't want to be like best friends with you. I mean,
yeah.
you can imagine why that's a normal response. And for G to freak out, that's a little fishy.
You can also see why I don't trust R that much.
No,
I
yeah,
trust
he's a fucking-
neither of those bitches.
Yeah, as far as I can throw him.
He said that he just, quote, could not resist her. And to be quite frank, Reddit, I'm hotter than her. There's no
Talk
question.
your shit, OP.
That is one thing about this whole situation that brings me a bit of light. Oh, and as many of you predicted, G and R are apparently still together in a relationship.
Okay.
They're planning on keeping the baby. And get this, 2 to 3 hours after I wrote this out, he posted the gender reveal on his public Instagram.
Oh,
like
he'll post her.
I never fucking existed.
He'll post her on it, but he'll post you.
Yeah. He's trying to get rent money from me, but there's not a chance in hell I'll be giving him a cent.
Good.
In fact, I'll be taking nearly everything.
Mm-hmm.
He knows that he doesn't stand a chance at getting any of the furniture that I paid for or any of the vinyls that I bought. Fuck him. So many comments gave great advice, and I'm so grateful. I've officially cut off G, and I'm in the process of cutting off R outside of the divorce. I'm living comfortably by myself in our apartment. I have a decent salary, so I can afford it. Talk your shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
She said,
I let
I'm
our
hot
landlord
and rich, bitch. I
I'm
get
hot
any
and
man
rich.
I want.
But I let our landlord know that I'll be ending the lease in 2 months. He has a studio available, but I'm not sure I'll take it. For now, I'm in contact with my lawyer, who says this whole process can be done in 6 months if everything goes well.
Good.
I have a ton of hope for my future, and I truly appreciate all of you who commented on my first post. I might post a further update, or I might not. Regardless, I will get a happy ending, and I'll be able to start fresh without him. Good riddance.
GNR, good riddance. I like that.
Oh,
What a way to
wow.
cap it off. I will
I don't
say,
hate that one, John.
I
don't
will
hate
say,
that one.
I wish people who are more chronically online than we are, if you could find what the fuck happened, why G, or why OP ended up cutting off G, like what set those red flags? I want to know.
Yeah, I do too. Because like, other than the things we already mentioned, it seems weird. Maybe it's just the timeline of things, I guess. Like,
there's got to be some context that OP provided in a comment, and then people on Reddit say, "Hey, she must be doing something suspicious." But
yeah, it seems weird. But I'm more inclined to believe what R said now that we know they're still together.
Yeah,
because if there's a chance where she was just like, I don't know, going through it and then snapped on OP, but was still like, nah, fuck this guy. I didn't know. Like, there's still that chance, but after everything, it seems like she knew as well. So.
Yeah, they're both pieces of shit. They belong together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are comments. She left a lot, and there's just no way.
Wiki Maniacs, you got us, right? You're more online than we are.
Sean
didn't even read half of the story, so you expect us to know about this shit?
I read my 5.
Oh,
true. There you
I'll
go.
give you some credit.
A little bit of credit would be nice. Not all of it, of course.
Not all,
of course.
Not all of it. All right, this next one sounds like it's coming from r/relationship ground score advice, but truly it's coming from Venmo. That's right. It's a personal story from Venmo, and it's coming from Redacted, who gave me $20 to read this.
Wow.
What can I say?
You have to do it.
Well, I got to do it. All right, so this one, it didn't come with a title because, again, not a Reddit post. I titled it, Boyfriend's Religious Parents Want Him to End His Relationship.
Okay, end it, because you don't want to be part of that family.
Get ahead of the curve.
Yeah, you're not dumping me. I'm dumping you.
All right. First, I wanted to say I am a huge fan. I found you on TikTok and binged all of your episodes on Spotify within a week.
I already forgot this was a personal write, and I was like, huge fan of what? God? Like, I don't understand.
Wedding on your brain, brother. Wedding on your brain. I get
out of it.
Also, when did you find us? Redacted all of our episodes in a week.
That's crazy.
If you're a new fan, that's logistically, I don't know if possible.
Are you okay for you to listen to all of those?
What do we have? Almost 300 episodes?
300 episodes. Yeah, this comes out, what? This is 296?
They average out about an hour each
Hour
episode.
20.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a lot of time.
We always say, every time a Wikimaniac is like, yeah, I've listened to every single episode, or I'm on my second re-listen. We're always like,
why?
Are you good?
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
We are very appreciative.
Yeah, we love it.
You've listened to more than Sean has ever done. ever.
Well, if you've listened to 2
Ever.
episodes, I think that you've already got there.
That's fair. I have definitely listened to 1 episode.
It's when you're not here. That's when you
And
listen.
that's when I'm not here. Wait,
Yeah.
what do they say about me?
Just have Nancy listen.
Yeah, Nancy listens to every single
I know.
Juliet does the same.
She loves, this is her favorite joke. Whenever I like hop in her car and she's listening to it, she's like, how are you here? And literally every single time
Hey, Nancy, that is a dad joke.
It's a good ass
It's,
bit.
I approve. I approve.
literally every time. Not
If
without
you're
doubt.
Here.
Who's on the
How are you here?
Oh fuck.
All right, but getting back to the story. I love your commentary and insights, so I'm really interested in what you have to say about this. Also, I would like to have my name
Redacted.
anonymous throughout, redacted throughout. This is a lengthy story, so if you want to cut parts out, I won't be too offended. For context, my boyfriend and I dated for 3 years, but we met in the 3rd grade and were friends in middle school. We wanted to be more in high school. My boyfriend is LDS, so he couldn't date until he turned 16.
Latter-day Saints.
Latter-day Saints.
That's it. Yep. I was like, something Saints. We talked until then, and once he was 16, we started dating. We were each other's first everything: crush, kiss, relationship, and first sexual experiences. Oops, don't tell the church.
God's watching.
I mean, this is a secret fist bump?
Secret fist bump.
Yeah, cover it.
Yeah, cover it so you can't see.
Yeah, cover it. Dude. Hell yeah, redacted. It was fun figuring things out with my best friend who I trusted and who I thought I would marry. Spoiler alert, we don't. Our relationship had regular ups and downs, but nothing crazy. At first, his parents loved me and would introduce me as G's girlfriend. We don't know how he got her, but we are going with it. I went to church with them and eventually converted. Senior year, things started to get a little rocky. I was 17 and he was 18.
Illegal.
We started... We started only hanging out at my place because whenever I went to his house, we'd have a family movie or a game night. And while I love his family, mother, father, his identical twin, and little sister, while I love them, sometimes I just wanted to see my boyfriend. There were many red flags from his parents, but this is kind of when it started to get bad. Story 1. His parents were very involved in my relationship with the church. There is this church event where we dressed like pioneers and walked the same trails they did with wagons. Our parents are supposed to write us letters about how proud they are of us. And my mom, who is not a member of the church, wrote a very heartfelt letter. Then I saw that I got a letter from my boyfriend's parents too. It was longer than the letter that they wrote for him, and my mom was really bothered that they did that without asking her. I started to distance myself from them at church so that when my boyfriend went on his mission and I went to college, I could still have a relationship with a church that was not dependent on them.
Okay.
They did not like this and were very hurt and offended. Story 2. We were at my house one evening and they invited us for dinner. When we got there, his dad said, "Oh, I didn't get the notification that you left my house." Talking about, he was talking to his son, saying, "Oh, I didn't get the notification that you left your girlfriend's house."
Oh.
At first, I laughed, but then I realized he was serious. He proceeded to show me how to set up notifications for whenever my boyfriend's device enters or leaves a destination. He explained this to me like it was no big deal and not creepy at all.
That is a very
Weird.
big deal and very creepy.
Your boyfriend's an adult.
Yeah,
That's
I
crazy.
get sharing location, but to have like alerts on when they're on the move is
Yeah.
I understand it for maybe like a high schooler or something like that. Like someone you want to, like you're a parent, you want to keep an eye out where your kid is. But
You can just say, "Hey, I'm gonna be here."
yeah,
Cool.
true. That too. Yeah.
This is coming from a kid who never went home back in high school. So.
Fair.
Story 3. My boyfriend knows how to cheer me up after a long day, which are snacks and my favorite drink. My favorite drink has tea in it, which members of the church are not allowed to drink.
You can have tea?
Yeah.
Ah,
I
hell
had no idea.
Is this the religion that drinks sodas so much? But isn't that caffeine?
I thought that's Mormons.
Maybe that's what it is. Okay. Listen, there's too many different sects. We gotta. it's crazy.
One day I was having a rough day and he got me my favorite drink. I put it in his fridge and forgot about it. Later, we got a text with a picture of the drink and his dad saying, "Who is this?" with exclamation marks. You know this has tea in it. Like knowingly drinking it and can't go to temple kind of tea. In a group chat with me, him, his mom, and his dad.
He got a penalty from Jesus.
A yellow flag.
Yellow flag. Yeah.
My boyfriend freaked out and replied it wasn't his, it was mine. Fucking ratted you out.
Immediately.
Snitch.
Then his dad responded with, "Well, I can give you another drink suggestion that is temple worthy if you'd like." Story 4. We live in a very small town and everyone knew everyone. I wanted to see a movie, but it was rated R. The church recommends not watching rated R movies, but it's ultimately up to the family. We told his parents we were going to see the Lego movie. This must have been a while ago. This must have been a long while ago, the Lego movie. A decade?
I'd love
ago,
it. It's
maybe?
not even in theaters. They just like, yeah, we're going to go see the Lego movie.
That's all they got.
Yeah.
We told them we were going to see the Lego movie because they always like to know what our plans are. At the theater, we ran into another couple from our church who were going to the same R-rated movie. About 30 minutes into the movie, his parents texted him in all caps, "We know what movie you are watching. You both need to leave right now."
Jeez.
This is some cult shit. Just ratting on each
Yeah.
other.
My boyfriend was almost in tears, but I refused to leave. I needed to set the boundary that they are not my parents. He left and I was alone with our friends, and it was kind of humiliating. After about 45 minutes, he came back in and we finished the movie. In the car, he told me he needed to go to his house because his parents wanted to have a talk with us. It felt like an intervention for me, to be honest. They told me that if I continued to be a bad influence on my boyfriend, they would no longer support our relationship. They were very disappointed and distant with me. My boyfriend told me that they didn't want me to come to any more family gatherings because I hurt them that much.
From an R-rated movie and some tea?
Yeah, that's crazy.
My boyfriend got story 5. My boyfriend got surgery and I was called out of school to be there with him when he got home. His parents refused to let me come over because this was a time for quote unquote only family. My boyfriend and I had a huge fight over text because I was furious. This was my last straw. I called his parents names and said that they were controlling. He agreed and apologized, saying he did see how controlling they were. The next morning at 6 a.m., I got a call from his brother. It was my boyfriend, shaken, saying his parents took his phone and were going through it. I reassured, this is an 18-year-old.
Jeez.
Not saying that that's an adult, but like, cool it, parents.
Yeah. Well, they are an adult, technically.
I mean, technically adult, but
Yeah.
not in the Sean law. I reassured him and calmed him down, and I didn't hear from him until noon when he texted, "We need to talk after school." I panicked, and he ignored me until after school, where he then came over and broke up with me in an almost robotic and scripted way.
Oh, you know he was coerced to do that.
Yeah.
He blocked me on everything, and I was crushed. Later, I found out that his parents made a spreadsheet on what's wrong with me and why I wouldn't be a good fit for the family and how you will break up with her. My grandma was getting open heart surgery, and my grandpa needed to move into a home due to vascular dementia and Alzheimer's. His parents knew my mom was out of town, but still texted her for a meeting with me and my boyfriend. My mom said she was with her father in the hospital. They responded that if she had made more time for me, maybe I'd be more respectful to everyone else. My grandpa passed away on March 10th. My mom and I flew down for his service. And while I was there, my ex told me that he made a mistake, that he wanted to get back together. When I got back, he tried to talk to his parents, but they talked him out of it. I wrote them a long apology letter. Well, big of you.
Yeah,
hoping they'd let me date their son again, and it did not work.
Wow.
My boyfriend then continued the I want you and just kidding cycle for the rest of the year. On his mission, he swore that we'd get married when he got back. I was excited but hesitant, but nonetheless, we made plans for a future together. But alas, we did not get married when he returned from his mission in January. He instead called it off. I later found out that he was seeing a girl he had met on his mission, a high schooler in the ward that he served in. She looked like me, but more like Barbie. And I can't believe his parents found that more appropriate than me. Anyways, if you made it this far, then thank you for reading my entire saga with this boy. Huge fan, redacted.
Listen,
redacted for somebody that doesn't want your name out. You wrote your name a lot. You made it very difficult for me.
And sent it to Sean, who was
who's an idiot.
Well, no, just don't read ahead. That's just your classic bit. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you dodged a bullet in the end.
I think so.
This is like, I don't know. It gave me a lot of red flag cult vibes. I also looked it up. The Latter-day Saints are Mormon, so I was correct on that.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of stuff. I mean, believe what you want. Like I said, it's weird that they, got you to convert, tried to like parent you as well as their, like, they can parent their son, but it sounded like they were trying to parent you just as well and like telling you what you can't drink. It's like, I can do whatever I want. You know what I mean? Like, you're not in charge of me. And like the things you were doing was drinking tea and going to see an R-rated movie. Pretty tame for a 17-year-old.
Yeah. A 17-year-old could be doing a lot worse.
Yeah.
In fact, a 13-year-old could be doing a lot worse.
Yeah, just ask
right,
John. Yeah.
You should hear about my life from 13 to 21. I would get excommunicated 3 times from that church.
Tea. That's what you were drinking?
Tea. Henna tea. That's what I'm drinking.
But yeah, at the end of the day, it was a young relationship with overbearing parents. In my opinion, this is the best case that could have happened to you. You'll find someone that has a family that will accept you for who you are, or at least not call you during an R-rated movie to ream you out. So, crazy.
Or disrespect the fuck out of your mom.
Or that.
Yeah.
She's obviously in a bad place.
Shit.
Yeah.
And I gotta agree with Josh here. It is a bullet dodge in my opinion as well. And hypothetically, right? You two found a way back to each other again. The parents will always be in the equation unless he decides for himself, and it seems like he doesn't have the capability to do so, to escape that life altogether and start somewhere new. Then maybe you could consider it, but it seems like he still has a lot. He still takes a lot of their opinions and takes them and kind of dictates how his life is and how he runs it. You're still young from what it seems like. There's a lot of life ahead of you. You've had to do a lot of crazy things for love, unfortunately. And sometimes you have to, but this is too much. And love shouldn't be that difficult, especially with the right person. And hopefully the next partner that you find will drink as much tea with you as much as possible, will tell you tea as much as possible, and watch all the R-rated movies y'all want. Redacted, we love you. Thank you for showing that, or for sharing that story. And we wish you nothing but the best and all the happiness towards your way.
All right. It wouldn't be a Monday episode without a classic Underbakke segment.
Ooh.
Coming from the Amazing Underbakke. This is another edition of Is This Poster Okay?
Dan.
All right.
Maybe.
We know what this is. This is a mini Monday segment that lets us look at even more unhinged posts on the internet where we decide whether this poster is okay. All right, are you ready for number 1?
Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
It's coming from r/unpopular opinion, which has had a pretty good track record as of late, I will
So
say.
far.
This one's coming from Rescuers Ground Score Down Under. Down Under.
Oh my god. We randomly went to Outback random day and I didn't know what Trip of the Barbie was, to be honest. And when I saw that shit on the menu, I was literally crying. So I guess it was barbecue this whole time. I had no idea.
Yeah, how did you not?
Yeah,
know what that
that's
was?
what a Barbie
Oh,
is.
okay.
It's a Barbie.
I've never really eaten Australian food before, so that was
I
like,
mean, it's in the
I
name.
will say Outback Steakhouse is not Australian food.
Oh, well, it has been probably like 20 years since the last time I've been.
No, I went there for one of my birthdays and I was like, oh my God, I love Outback Steakhouse. I love Australian food. And then the waiter was like, yeah, we're actually just Australian themed. We're not really Australian.
There you go. See, I had no
I was
idea.
like, wait, a bloomin' onion is not a national dish of Australia? That's insane.
Shrimp on the Barbie has to be the
Shrimp on the Barbie has to. All right, so Rescuers Down Under writes, the quote, being single does not mean being alone. You have friends and family. Is kind of disingenuous. Even ignoring the fact that romantic relationships provide sex and intimacy, the argument is still stupid. Because friends and significant others are not valued the same way in society. Even a very close friend whom you are very close with and are roommates with will often just decide to move and leave you behind for a relationship or a job. You don't plan a future together with your friends. Family is a little more reliable, but still the same. Your married sibling will prioritize their spouse and kids always. And if you express even the slightest bit of upset about that, you are told that you are selfish and delusional to think it would be any different and should just accept being a non-priority. So I say, people are correct to be desperate for a significant other, because that is the only relationship where you are supposed to regularly be a priority. Relying on friends and family will almost always leave you alone. Whereas with a significant other, you at least plan to have a future together. It is not expected that your significant other will leave you in the dirt when they have kids or a new job. So is this poster okay?
I gotta
sound like
say, there's a lot of projection going on. In
Yeah.
this story.
I feel bad for them.
I do too. I feel like you
Yeah.
need to get some therapy. There's got to be some unresolved
Well, it sounds like their friend left
issues you
them.
have. Yes.
And so
It sounds like you have abandonment issues.
yeah, and like
Yeah.
I'm sorry you're going through whatever you're going
Yes.
through, but you can be alone and like friends and family can be a replacement for a significant other, and it is for many people.
Yeah,
So you don't have
some
to be
people are perfectly fine being single and by themselves too. Like,
Exactly.
there's
Mhm.
different relationship dynamics, and
yeah.
I can't even chop on this OP. I feel
feel
like
bad.
they're going. I feel like they're
It
going
feels
through
tough.
something.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And I mean, they're going through it about it wrong. They need to get therapy,
Yes.
Yeah.
or talk to the friend that abandoned them. By the sounds of it,
Maybe.
Also, I will say, unfortunately, significant others
they can.
don't. I mean,
Leave as well.
50% divorce rate in the US. I mean, it's not uncommon that they may leave you.
I mean, now
Yeah.
what? First or second story, cheating, or a
Whole
selfish partner.
whole episode.
The whole episode is
actually.
basically about that. So
Yeah,
yeah, the statistics are not statisticking.
and I will say, if you're searching for a significant other desperately, you're not going to find the right person. I think so. You will end up being that statistic, which I believe the 50% divorce rate statistic is skewed as well. But
Oh, okay.
anyway, it's
That feels nice.
well, it's like 50% divorce rate, but it's like, people that got married 40 years ago and people got married 2 years ago. Like it's like, I don't know. It's
It's too general.
it's a hard thing to measure. So the 50-50 is like just something people use a lot, but it's just a skewed statistic.
I beg Juliet to never leave me.
Oh, we'd all be toast.
Yeah.
We'd be done.
We'd
bro.
all be fucking
I'd
toast.
be like, "Well, you kidding me? I can't do any better than this. This is peak for me. This is the best ever.
Who else is gonna hold a knife outside?
Who's gonna protect me from the fucking hallway monsters?"
All right, this next post is also coming from r/unpopular opinion, this time posted by Scientist Ground Score 1995. They write, little kids swearing is not funny or cute.
Disagree.
I gotta say, it's funny as hell. A little 2-year-old accidental fuck. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that meme on TikTok right now where it's just like, God fucking damn it. She's like walking away.
Fucking damn it. Oh, fucking damn it.
That's hilarious.
It's like, hey kid, watch your fucking mouth.
My friend showed me a video of her little nephew swearing at her using some pretty bad words and making threats with a tiny finger pointed at her. She laughed at the video, and so did the rest of my friends. I couldn't even pretend to laugh. I didn't find it normal at all. Kids saying butterfly and sandwich is cute, not swear words. Edit. I'm not talking about shit and damn. I'm talking about swear words like motherfucker. I'll probably laugh if a little cute voice said shit too, to be honest.
Damn,
Edit two.
what are you bitching about?
Yeah, what's the difference?
Yeah, shit and motherfucker are pretty close.
I'm gonna be honest. At a certain, like below a certain age, they don't know what any of it means, really.
What it means.
So, what does it matter?
Edit 2, sigh. In Hindi, we say gali. It's for words like fuck or bitch or cunt or any other Hindi swear words we have. Heck and bugger and shit are discouraged, but they aren't categorized as gali. I think I'll differentiate in English as swear words and cuss words. So maybe there's a language barrier.
Maybe.
Could be, but
I mean, I think in general, the idea is the same.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, here's the thing: am I going to teach my kids swear words on purpose? No. Will they learn
They'll
them
hear it.
eventually? Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, if they're like under 6, I want to say they don't truly know what those words mean. They're just saying words that they've heard. And so like, yeah, it's a little funny because they don't know what it means. And it's funny coming out of someone so small.
I want to say I've never said this on the podcast, but when I was in the 4th grade, I wrote a mean letter to my friend because I thought they had betrayed me. And I literally just wrote you and then wrote every bad word I knew. It made 0 sense. Not a lick of sense.
Sean's first diss track.
Yeah. You. And then just every curse word I knew
Hate
at the
the way
time.
that you walk.
I wish. And my friend, rightfully so, gave it to the teacher who sent it to the principal, who called me into the office, who then made me read that letter
Oh no.
to my mother. So traumatic experience. Yeah, so kids truly don't know what the fuck they're saying.
Yeah.
I gotta say, both your friend and OP, they sound like a bunch of little bitches.
And our advice is not parenting advice. Don't teach your kids swear words if you don't want to. That's fine.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's the adult's responsibility to watch what they say.
100%. Yeah.
All right, that's it for this episode. Before we end it, I only have like 7 Venmos, so I'll read them real quick. First up, we got Jalexis, who writes, didn't realize how fast I was catching up until I heard my own name in episode 277 shoutouts,
Whoa.
which felt a bit surreal. This is the first podcast I've supported, and I don't regret it one bit.
Nice.
Keep being awesome. I'm too poor to send $277, lol. Praying one day to be a rich. Jalexis sends $2.77.
Hell yeah.
One day you'll get there, Jalexis.
Only a couple
And
zeros.
we'll be waiting.
Only a
And
couple
we'll be
zeros off.
waiting. We got receipts, Jalexis.
Next up, we got Barefoot Conrosa,
Go.
Goat.
who writes, it's my 31st birthday and my wish is for all of us to have the most incredible year. Love you guys, the wives, and all my fellow Wikimaniacs.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Not wife yet.
Not wife yet.
Almost.
In
A couple
like,
days.
5
Yes.
4 days?
Yeah. Technically, when this episode comes out, 4 more days,
No.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
4
more days. Yeah.
4 more days.
5
there
if
you
you're
go.
rich.
Yeah.
True, yes.
Do patrons get the wedding early? I mean, anyways.
The wedding early? Yeah, if you subscribe on Patreon, the wedding happens on Thursday, actually. It's crazy.
Yeah, make it happen, y'all. Barefoot Conrosa sends a secondary, a little more sad Venmo.
No.
Oh, no.
Currently in quarantine with COVID for the very first time.
No.
And this is the worst. Sounds like you went ham on your birthday, though. So
Yeah, I mean, good for you on that part.
Luckily, Reddit on Wiki is what is keeping me from being miserable. So thank you for the laughs while I'm battling a fever. Love to you all. BFCR sends $1.
Hell yeah. Hopefully you get better soon.
Thank you, Barefoot Conrosa.
Next up, we got our girl, Rendon, who says,
We
And
have an
that's only a
inside jokes
joke
with Rendon, yes.
the 4 of us will have.
And Sean also divulged some secrets to Rendon.
Yeah. We're keeping that between the 4 of us. She abundantly wrote, for the cameo. Love y'all. Thank you, my brothers.
Hell yeah.
Rendon.
Thanks, brother.
She sends $4.20.
Beautiful.
Chef's kiss.
Next up, we got Carter, who writes a link to a GoFundMe for supporting LGBTQ Ugandans, as well as the Rainbow Railroad, which is helps the LGBTQ community in countries where that's not widely accepted, and says, no need to read this one. Just share if you wish. And we do wish. We would very much like to support those. So if you have money to send out, check those charities out and send what you can. Carter sends $1.
Thank you, Carter.
Thank you, Carter.
Next up, we got Kat, who writes, I would absolutely sub to the $10 tier if you guys do a I think you should leave watch along.
Okay.
What is that?
Tim Robinson.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kat sends $5.
We were talking about doing a watch along with that and a bunch of other things. But I mean, I'm definitely down to do that.
Let him get through his wedding and honeymoon first, and we'll do something nice.
October. That's what I keep saying.
Next, last Venmo, we got Lauren, who writes, can you please do a video where you do the period simulator again? Also, have the wives jump in. Lauren sends 69 cents.
They experience it every month. Why do they need to?
Yeah, they ain't got to go through that.
They don't need to go through that.
We'll
but yes,
technically
all the
have
Venmos.
a wives episode besides the newlywed couple when we go to Toronto. Oh, we're actually going to record in Toronto, people. So
yeah, hell yeah. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, we've begged Josh, but he just would not budge. This whole wedding thing really got him fucking wrapped up.
They're like, you have work to do.
You think you just get a free night off?
Days off.
Make money somehow, Josh. Come on. What are you doing, buddy?
Work!
You got forever to celebrate. You got to work today.
True. You're right. The grind set.
All right. Before we end the episode, everybody drop your favorite wedding cake flavor or just a cake flavor. All right. Thanks. Anything else?
Hold on. Let Josh finish this first.
I've got actually a donation, and one thing I've got to shout out. I did not know the episode was going this long.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good. So Laura sent us a PayPal donation of $134.19. They sent it for a reason. They say, I saw a TikTok video today of a teenager, Meadow Halimi, who was planting herbs in a can in Gaza for his family to eat. I went to the comments and saw that he was killed in an airstrike 2 days ago. I'm donating this in his honor. Rest in peace, Meadow, or Meadow, Free Palestine. So thank you, Laura, for that. And that is an excellent reminder of why we were doing this. So thank you for that donation. And then the final thing comes from a message sent to us via our website from Anna. They say, hey, boys, I'm really hoping that you guys might be able to help. Personal backstory. Too long, didn't read. I adore you guys. I've been listening to you for about a year and a half now. I found you guys by accident on YouTube after I got annoyed with 2 hot takes, and in brackets, you're better. We didn't say it.
We didn't say that. We didn't say that.
We don't want the smoke.
Yeah.
I've loved listening to you guys, and I've listened to almost everything at this point. I'm even a patron. I'm a teacher currently on my second year of hiatus. I lost my father not long after John, September 2022. And I was it was super awful. And we taught at the same school. And yeah, I'm oversharing. Long story short, I have been busy on my hiatus. I work with the St. Bernard Rescue Foundation, an animal rescue group. For transparency, my grandmother founded the organization in 1998 when I was 8 years old.
Badass.
And while I grew up with it, I've gotten super involved trying to help her. I'm not sure if you're aware, but shelters and rescues in the US are currently in a perpetual crisis mode. It's raining dogs, rescues, strays, surrenders. In the last 3 weeks, I personally picked up one from the shelter, had 2 more that were taken by another rescue before I got there, and had 3 owners surrender calls. I also got 1 boy to an amazing home where he is super loved and spoiled, and that's all just St. Bernards. For a variety of reasons, we have 18 wonderful doggos at our sanctuary near Austin right now. Ironically, only 4 of those are St. Bernards. The hardest dogs to place are pit mixes, and we have 3 pits, 4 pit labs, and 7 pit shepherds. I'm hoping/wondering if you guys might be able to help, and I will personally be the one sending these dogs to homes after doing reference checks, home checks, follow-ups, etc. I love these dogs and want to be able to find them the people they deserve. I also think that being a Wikimaniac is a great sign that you'll be a great pet owner. So that is a call to anyone in the Austin area. I've reached out to Anna. I haven't heard back from her yet. I just did that today. That's on me. But we will link anything from Anna down in the show notes. So if you are looking for a dog, want to help out, anything like that, we'll put Anna's links to the show notes where you can get in contact with the shelter.
Yeah. Also, if you're in Dallas or Houston, Austin is not that far away,
too
guys.
far away.
True.
And also, might be a good call to action to link people on Discord as well. We have a very active community there, and we often share pet pictures there. If this is something that you're passionate about or interested in doing, please, that's a good place to communicate. We have a lovely community there, and it's something that's going to get a real great traction. So please join the Discord as well. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of welcoming Wikimaniacs there too.
100%. So thank you, Anna, for sending that in.
All right. That's it for this episode. Sorry for the longest episode of all time. If you want more Reddit on Wiki, can you believe it? We'll have a new episode out on Friday. And if you become a YouTube member or a patron, I'm sure there's going to be some Tuesday stuff and
there's
some other things as
Say
well.
Say it correctly. Tuesday.
All right, that's it for this episode. We'll see you guys on Friday or Thursday if you're rich.
RedditOnWikishop.com. RedditOnWikishop.com. RedditOnWikishop.com.
Bye.
Therapy.